Hi. How many of you grew up in the 60s, 70s, or 80s? Probably a lot of you did. I know I did. And what was your life like at that time? Well, you respected the laws. You knew that you couldn't go astray from anybody because if you did, the neighbor lady down the street would set you straight and your mother wouldn't stick up for you at all. You had to follow the rules and regulations. We were in a law-abiding community everywhere around America. You followed the laws. And with those laws came a good respect for the penalties that came with the laws. Also during that time, people had dreams. Maybe you were the first one in your family that was going to graduate from college. Maybe your dream was to become a doctor. Maybe your dream was to teach children in Appalachia. But whatever it was, dreams were important. And I know that many of you that are watching this blog, your dream was to own rental property. Why? Because it was the investment that you wanted to have for your future. Whether it was to send your kids to college or whether it was for your retirement. Okay, it was a very good investment strategy. What are you looking at today? Well, the PRIP ordinance, Proactive Housing Inspection Program, here in Long Beach, actually puts a lot of those values to risk. What do I mean? Well, if you violate any part of PRIP and you end up with citations, and those citations are for things as easy to fix as a cracked caulk or grout when there's no leak around, or as expensive as painting your whole building because there's a little peeling paint. You could end up with citations. You could end up with 6 months in jail. You could end up with a $1,000 a day fine for every single infraction that comes up. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, right now, the PRIP ordinance has a lot of baggage that could become your baggage. You took the risk. Now you're going to be penalized. So, couple of points I want for you. Number one, if you haven't registered your properties, please do so. The penalties are severe. They were supposed to have been registered between November 1st and December 31st of last year. The city did register some, but not all. So check and make sure your properties are registered. You don't want to have to pay those fees. Also, when they come to inspect your property, make sure that your tenants know that under the Fourth Amendment, they have no obligation to let an inspector in. And most importantly, don't you go down there and let the inspectors in, because then you will be in violation of the law. Remember, in order to go into any of your properties, you have to give your tenant 24 hours notice. I don't know why the city doesn't seem to go along with the same thing, but you don't want to put yourself in jeopardy. And number three, if you do get citations, fix them and fix them quickly. You do not want to find yourself on the other end of a $1,000 a day fine per infraction or 6 months in jail for a misdemeanor. Remember, when one member of our community is attacked for rental property problems, we're all attacked. Let's stick together. Let's try and overturn this ordinance, and let's get rid of all of these severe penalties.